All right. Welcome to another installment of our Celebrating Seniors. This is New Hampshire Track and Field. I'm Scott Maxwell. We're powered by Runner's Alley. We are here with Joseph Wasson from Kingswood Regional. Joseph, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So how has life been for you since the whole COVID situation and the school closure? I know we were just talking a minute ago, but you have seem to have had some experience with the online learning already.
Yeah. It wasn't as big as a transition for me because, as you said, I've been doing online schooling for the past 2 years. I do sports at Kingswood Regional, which is a really awesome that they allow me to do that. But I've been working, I was working with Virtual Learning Academy Charter School in Southern New Hampshire University towards my associate degree. So with online learning, there wasn't much of a transition there. I kind of just kept doing things as usual. But with not being able to go out and do a lot of group activities, I spent a lot of time with my dad in the past couple months. It's been hard for me, to do. I have trouble getting motivated to do a lot of activities on my own. So he and I spent a lot of time hiking. We did some kayaking. We've done a lot of swimming. We got a little property on Ospey Lake, and so we've spent a lot of time there swimming. And he's been taking me hiking every weekend, and then he's been pushing me to run and coming up with all these crazy workouts for me to try, which is good because it keeps me in shape. But
Yeah, you had some time to try to experiment with some things. So I know you were doing that. Were you getting? Have you gotten much running in since the season was called off?
yeah, at first I didn't run as much. I had two practices of the season, and then it kind of got canceled. So that was a huge bummer. So I didn't run as much once the season got canceled, but I've been running increasingly now. I've done some different running. I tried some trail running, which is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. And I've spent a lot of time just doing other physical activities like swimming, which is also really good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and I've gotten some friends from Kingswood, Lou and Oleg. We've been going about once a week. We get together and we go running. Oleg's going into his senior year, and Lou is going into his junior year. And so
Great.
we've been connecting with them to take runs from the school.
Nice. Yeah, and it looks like we have some new guidelines from the NHIAA. I know it doesn't affect you as much, but we're going to be able to start some summer training in, which is nice
Yeah.
this year. So when did you first start competing in track and field?
Uh, that would have been eighth grade. Back then, I was at Cornerstone Christian Academy, and they didn't have any sports teams. So Kingswood, they're very good about allowing people in the community who are in the district to do sports with them. And so my friend David Hartley and I, we competed at with the middle school. He was in seventh grade at the time, and I spent my time. I ran the mile once, but the rest of the time I did high jump, and I actually did really well with it. And so that was pretty cool.
Nice. So if you were to say, I know you ran cross country too, right?
Yeah.
Um, if you were to say your favorite event in track and field, what would it be?
Um, the the favorite is the mime. The one that I enjoyed the most was high jump. Um, but it kind of hard to explain. But the high jumps it's just fun. It's just a thrill, and it goes by real fast, so it's kind of a thrill. But the mile I enjoy the most because I feel more accomplished afterwards. I do well with it, and I think the people who do the mile are a little bit nicer. Not gonna lie.
It's a different type of competition, I guess. Yeah, you
Yeah.
find that a lot with the distance runners. Everybody is they know what goes into it, so everybody's trying to work towards the same thing.
Yeah.
Um, do you have a favorite competition memory? I know you've got made. I checked out your direct athletics a little while ago, but you have made some great progress over the past couple of years in running.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate for you that you couldn't continue that this spring. But do you have a favorite competition memory from the past few years?
Yeah. Well, when I started the mile in eighth grade, my dad was telling me about his mile time, And so when I went into my freshman year, my goal was I wanted to beat his time. It was a 5:17. And so my freshman year, I ran the entire year to beat his time, and I barely, by like 1 second, qualified for the Wilderness Championship meet they do.
Yeah.
And I was off by like 15 or 20 seconds from his time. And so I remember I'm running down where I'm scared because it's my freshman year and this is the big meet. And so I was really nervous. So I was running and my dad told me to just pick someone and run with them. So I was just running with people and I was going. And then around the second lap, I decided that, I didn't really have anything to lose and I think I could go faster. So I picked it up a lot and I picked it up and I picked it up for the third lap, and then the fourth lap, I just gave it everything I got. And I remember the whole team was like running along the sidelines cheering for me. And I ran a 5:09, which blew his time out of the water, and I got first place in my heat, and all my family was there, and everybody congratulated me. And that was by far, the best memory I have from running, and that's what's kept me going back for more, I guess.
That's awesome. Getting the support from family and teammates and everything. That's awesome. So do you have in all of your distance training and everything? Do you have a favorite workout that you've run?
Yeah, at Kingswood, once a year, Coach Myers had this thing called a menu run. He kept changing it up because kids kept cheating. But it was you had to go around town and gather as many menus with your team from the different restaurants because Wolfboro has a lot of family-owned restaurants all around. And some of them are 3 miles away, and some of them are not far. And so there's a lot of strategy, and it was just fun. Now we do it where we run and you get to get a picture in front of each restaurant, and it's fun because it's not super like stressful. A lot of workouts can be stressful. But it's competitive. I like the competition, and so
Yeah.
that's what really pushes you to do your best in it. But it's like I said, it's really fun. And so I'd say the menu run is my favorite workout. It's very
That's like,
unconventional, but more of a
yeah,
game.
definitely.
But
That's I like that idea. I wish we had more restaurants around that we could try something like that.
yeah,
So do you have? I see you have plans to go to school next year at Gordon College.
yeah,
Nice. Or do you plan on running for them?
I do. At first, I wasn't sure. I figured I was going to see, how well this season went and see what the potential would be in myself and if I wanted to continue doing like an official sport. But then when the season didn't happen, I felt like I ended prematurely and that I really want to continue running. And specifically with the mile, I'm hoping to keep improving because I've seen so much progress with that over, the last couple of years. Um, and so I've talked to the coach, and I go on August 13th, and my first day of training is August 14th.
Oh, wow.
So I'm excited for that. And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
doing
a really exciting time too because you get to meet all the kids that are
definitely
running with you, and you get to know some people before school starts, which is great.
And there's a girl, my friend Liz. I'm pretty sure she was at Kingswood running with me for the last since I was in 8th grade, and I think she's going to Gordon as well, possibly.
Nice.
And so that'd be cool because I might have someone else, that I know running with me, which would be nice.
And I'm pretty sure that the mascot is the Fighting Scots.
Yeah.
That's my first name, so I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah, I work with the head of the mascot department at Gordon. I work with him at a summer camp, Camp Sentinel. He's been a family friend for a long time, and so I have a good connection with the mascots.
Good deal. So, what would you say your favorite thing about track and field is?
Community. I think I echo my fellow runners when I say community. I'm pretty sure most people would agree. And I think that's the biggest blessing that track and field, cross country, actually, I would say a lot of high school sports have to offer, and just sports in general. It's just a community. Both I form relationships with my coaches that I form relationships with the people that I run with, but also competitors. I've met a lot of people from all around the state that I never would have met them if I hadn't run. And community is just the biggest blessing it has to offer.
Great. It's a great answer. Do you have a favorite track facility? I know there isn't Kingswood doesn't have your own track right at the school, but there's
Yep.
the track that you use. Um, but do you have a favorite
Uh,
facility that you go to?
well, I guess there's two, if that's all right.
That's fine.
The first is Kennett, and that's because my dad went to school there and my family's from the area. I have a couple close friends who go to Kennett, so I feel very welcome at the Kennett track, as well as the UNH track because it's super cool and it's fun to watch. They have the big screen and everything.
Oh yeah, that's great.
So
Nice. Um, do you have before a big meet or before any of meets, do you have a favorite pre-race meal or snack or something you go to beforehand?
it's changed the last couple of years, but I think I have it down where I can have a few goldfish, the colored goldfish specifically, because they taste the best. I'll have a banana, but usually on the bus, and I can have 1 to 2 applesauce. I used to have granola bars, but every time I'd have a granola bar, I would cramp. And so I can have like half a granola bar. I'll sometimes like I forget what they're called, but the Nature's Valley, I think, and they're like honey and they're crunch bars. And so I'll sometimes share that with Oleg because he is about the same.
So you
So
get it down to a science.
yeah. So,
Nice.
but I keep changing it.
So while you're eating your Nature Valley granola bar, do you have a song you listen to, like a pre-race song that you go to before you get into a big race?
Sometimes I'll listen to a lot of worship songs because when I run, what motivates me a lot is my faith, and so that motivates me to do my best. And so I'll listen to a lot of worship, a lot before I run, but not always. But
That's it. I was going to ask if there's something that motivates you, and I know you had talked about working out with your dad and all of that stuff, and
yeah,
you had that going. Do your coaches motivate you? Do anything to motivate you at all?
yeah. My coaches, they really set an example um, for us, and that motivates us because they put us first. They really do. And they work for us, and they do a lot. They go above and beyond, and like all that they do. And like even like Mr. Myers, he's don't tell me I said this, but he's getting a lot older, and he still continues to run with us, even though he'll have trouble keeping up. But he'll run with us, and he'll put in the work to run with us. And Coach Mick, he travels pretty far, and he I think he changed jobs so he could be at the school more and stuff like that. But they uh they they motivate us just setting an example. They don't they do excellence in everything that they do, and that motivates us to be excellent in everything that we do.
Great. Do you have like a favorite quote or something, the best advice you've ever been given, or a favorite quote?
Hmm. I don't have necessarily a quote, but I've been told over the years to just always, do my best. And, sometimes, I won't have the best race, but the coach always tell me as long as you do your best, you do have the best race. And my dad echoes that a lot too. He just tells me to do my best, and that's a very common one, I'm sure, but I guess it rings true with my running.
Yeah, because as long as you're putting in your best effort, that's what matters.
Right.
Well, before we go, do you have any people you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'll try to keep it pretty short, but specifically Coach Myers and Coach Mick, because the rest of the coaches too, of course, but Coach Myers and Coach Mick are the ones that I'm closest with. They set an example of excellence in everything they do. My friend Adam, he just got married, so that's really cool. And then Wyatt, Brett, Brent, Charlie, Jim, and Brody, as well as Oleg, Tim, Lou. There's Joseph from Berlin, Sam Stiles, Boone, Gavin, Jamie, and Ian, as well as the other people from my team and my family, and just everybody for going above and beyond and supporting me. I could go on forever because I found a lot of support over the years.
You had a prepared list. I love it.
Yeah.
Great. Well, Joseph, thank you very much for talking with us today, and we wish you the best of luck next year at Gordon, and we will talk to you soon. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.